Well, the overload error stopped. Let's look down at our water bottle. There it is. It's kind of windy up there. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Check it out. Remember the Fimi X8 Pro drone currently in review? This is the one that has the front sensors. It's got the microphone on the bottom with a drop mechanism here. And I thought it would be a great test, now that the weather's getting nicer, to try a search and rescue scenario or SARS scenario. This has a SARS mode on it where it's going to show the coordinates on screen. So if you're searching for somebody, you can have those coordinates to go and rescue them. Also has the speaker, so I pre-recorded my voice saying stay where you are, someone is coming to rescue. And so my son and his little brother are out there on the trails in the forest in kind of a lost scenario, and we're going to see if he can hear this. He's got a camera with him, and so when this drone's coming down, if I find him, he's wearing a fluorescent shirt. So say, you know, like your family's going out hiking and you say, hey, be back in a half hour, and nobody comes back. Be great to have a drone with this search and rescue capability. Also for this test, I'm going to try to use this drop mechanism as well to carry them out some water and drop it to them. So, you know, say somebody's hiking in the mountains, they're in a location where it's really hard to get to and they need some water or something. This would be a great opportunity to drop them some life-sustaining fluids before the rescue team reaches them. So let's get the X8 Pro up. I'm going to record everything for you so you can see multiple angles of what's happening and how this thing is working. And let's see how it does in lifting this water. I might need to empty out some of this water. This is a bit heavy for it. This is 16.9 ounces of water, and I think that's a little bit too heavy for this. I did a quick test and the motors were having like a over amperage error on them, so I'm probably going to empty a little bit out. I don't want the motors to overheat and then it shuts off, so I'm going to do about a half of a bottle of water, and that should kind of sustain somebody for a while, you know, if they're really dehydrated. Basically a cup of water that will sustain them for a while. Alright guys, so we're doing a screen record on the Fimi controller. This is the iPad mini in here, and just waiting for this thing to boot up. You want to really just let it wait until all of the satellites are good enough so it can have that GPS lock. So we'll just wait a couple seconds here. I do want to put it in brake stop mode. Now remember guys, I'm doing a full review on this, a flight test too. If you missed the unboxing and just inspecting it close up, I'll also have that video pop up here. It'll be in the description, as well as where to get the Fimi X8 Pro. But I want to put on that obstacle avoidance. That'll kind of prevent it from hitting trees if I've got to get down there tight when I'm dropping them some water. And also, you know, blasting that speaker. So app says we are ready to go, guys. Remember, down here on the bottom left, we have the drop mechanism, so it should be opened already. First thing we want to do is put that on. And I find that it's, you know, it's a little difficult with one person in one hand. Just putting it in the mechanism here and then holding it with your thumb and just making sure it goes, you know, over the pin. There we go. That's all the way to the back. See, I'm doing that, just a loop, push it all the way to the back, holding it in. And then we're going to go ahead and use the mechanism here. So we're just pressing on the hook, and we're pressing close, and we're pressing OK right now. See that thing close up? Awesome. So that is ready to take off. So with this big bottle of water, or not big, but big for this drone, I want to kind of hand launch it. I'm just going to make sure I hold it level, make sure we're recording our video, and we'll do a quick auto launch, auto takeoff. Just gonna kind of hold it. There we go. So a little over a cup of water there. Yeah, so we're still getting the motor overload. So a cup of water is even a bit much for it. So let's get out here quick and try and find them. I don't know what this thing's gonna do if it overloads too much, you know what I mean? So let's start looking for these guys. I'm gonna go up a little bit higher. Let's put it in SARS mode. So you're gonna touch this little robot head. all the way to the bottom, SAR, and okay. So up on the top, up here, I'll have it blurred out for privacy reasons, but there's the coordinates the drone's at. And let's get up here and find these guys. Okay. All right, well, the overload error stopped. Let's look down at our water bottle. There it is. It's kind of windy up there. And with the SARs on, you can use this roller here and you can zoom in. You see that? Gale warning. So the winds are pretty harsh. Okay, let's see if we can find this trail. All right, so there's the trail right there, I believe. Let's start moving. Yeah. My son is wearing a fluorescent shirt. Let's see where he's at. Okay, so we got the gale warning, but honestly, at least we're not getting that motor overload again, which is nice. The drone does seem to be staying up, so no problem there. So the screen's a little bit washed out. I'm going to get out of SAR mode, and now what this right roller should be is the EV setting. So I'm going to darken that up just a little bit because honestly it was way too washed out for my liking. So I'm just rotating it kind of to the right so I can see better on the screen. Get it a little bit darker. That should be good. And then we'll go back into SARS mode. Okay, back into SARS mode. And let's go find these guys. So I don't know exactly where they are, but they're supposed to be somewhere over here. Okay, so I'm trying to follow like a footpath. Of course, if you want a larger field of view, you're going to want to go higher, right? So we'll go a bit higher. Water bottle still hanging on. Motor overload again, but the drone is still okay. We're at 15.5 volts. Boy, so this gives you, oh, there he is. Look at that.
Wow, big.
See, John, look.
See him? He's out in an opening. He has a fluorescent yellow shirt on. He's kind of waving me down, I think. So we'll start coming down. Woo, a little bit wonky with the water bottle down there. It's kind of hard to keep going steady, but here we go. We'll lock it in. All right. We'll come down here. There he is. Okay. So we found him, and he's with his little brother Taika. So this is Kian and Taika. Oh, so here's where the vegetation is kind of interfering, guys. Uh-oh. I'm gonna go up a bit. So I think it kind of went into return to home.
Using sticks in RDH mode will change flight route. Using sticks in RDH mode will change flight route.
Okay, where did he go? There he is, okay. So I had to go up because the vegetation, did you see that?
Using sticks in RDH mode will change flight route.
Let's get out of return to home. And I'm gonna just kind of have to drop the water bottle here. I don't want to drop it on the little boy. So let's see if we can get down maybe a little bit. Gosh. Wow, they're way over there. So if you see my hat cam, the signal's going through all these trees, so that's why it's kind of hard for it. Because if you look at the compass on the bottom here, guys, that's where I am, and that's where my house is. So, you know, we can go check out our compass. So we'll go down just a little bit more. I position my antennas a little closer. I'm gonna come down a bit. And let's see if we can keep video on. Go a little bit more forward. Man, I just hope it does not. Let's play our speaker. I'm gonna do a repeat. See that? I pre-recorded something. Let's play it. There we go. So it's playing. And let's see if we can exit and if it'll still play. If you exit, it turns off. So maybe that's what fold is. Let's hit fold and see if it will still play. Okay, the speaker will still play. All right, so that's a little too low for it. It's having trouble keeping in connection. Okay.
Using sticks in RDH mode will change flight route.
So I'm gonna drop the water bottle right here. I think I'm down. I'm gonna go down a little bit more. And I'm gonna drop this thing, okay? Open. Let's watch it on the screen. There it goes. Oh.
Using sticks in RDH mode will change
so I
flight
dropped the
route.
water bottle. Okay, it thinks it's still in return to home. I'm gonna cancel that. Okay, so he got it. I'm out of SARs. I want to go back into SARs. And it's still playing the microphone. On the bottom left here, I can see the microphone is still blue, so it should still be playing. Let's zoom into these guys. Look at the little guy there. Okay, cool. All right, so just keep in mind, guys, this isn't OcuSync technology, so this is Fimi's own type of digital FPV. So it looks like they're safe. You know, you can zoom in. It's digital zoom, but at least you can kind of see them pretty good. And let's zoom back out. So I'm just rolling this right roller all the way up to the right. And then we'll just kind of get down one more time to try to make sure they can hear the speaker. And it's going to go into return to home because all that vegetation is blocking it. We'll just let it return to home this time. The speaker is still playing. I see it on the blue over there. So they got their water. We know where they're at with our coordinates on the top of the screen. And this thing is going to zip home. You see that I also have my home point icon there, which is great because, you know, if you lose your orientation with your compass or whatever, at least you can see that. Let's see if the speaker's still playing as it comes down. So far, pretty successful. We located them, we dropped them some water, we got their coordinate, and we told them to stay there. I'm gonna stop return to home. So I'm not hearing that speaker. It says it's still playing, which is interesting. Let's exit that and try again. Kind of hear it. You guys hear that? But kind of hard to hear it over all the propeller noise.
Where you are, a rescue team is coming.
So I recorded it saying, "Stay where you are, a rescue team is coming."
Stay where you are, a rescue team is coming.
Just gonna grab it and pull down here.
Stay where you are, a rescue team is coming.
So that's the recording. Let's listen to it one more time.
Stay where you are, a rescue team is coming.
And that's it, guys. You can put it on loop play
Stay
or
where
single play. And you can pause it. You can also do text to audio. I kind of did a demonstration of all this in the unboxing, but I think that was pretty cool, man. Hey, Taika, you made it back. How'd the water do? Still water in it? Did it break? All right, we still got our over a cup of water. Good job. Right on, kid. Thanks for helping, buddy.
Yep.
You were saved by the drone.
Thanks for saving me.
So I'd say that was pretty awesome. We really did test a lot of things in that quick little test. And what's our battery power? So we still have 36% of our battery up on the screen up here. And you can see the thing I like about the Fimi app that's getting better is you can see each cell and you can see more in-depth stats of everything. So they have been upgrading this, like I mentioned in the unboxing and setup. And so when you click on little things, it just goes straight to that piece of hardware, which is awesome. So we were filming in 4K 30. I'll have had that up. So remember, 36% left for holding that cup of water for a while. Now that was over a cup. I poured out just a little less than half. So I still had over half of that whole bottle of water left. So let's do a little pros and cons if you were to use this as a search and rescue drone. Number one is the technology isn't as great as DJI's OcuSync for that video. It is great that you have coordinates up there. If you're in SAR mode, you can zoom in and out. And it looked actually pretty good, even though it's digital zoom. I could zoom way in and it was pretty clear. I could see, you know, both faces and everybody looked okay. Nobody looked injured. They were both standing up and walking around. But when you're searching in a huge area like that with vast landscape, you want it to be as clear as possible. And this is not as clear as something like DJI's OcuSync. I'd say that's the only negative on this. This is a decently cost-effective drone for doing this. I mean, around 600 bucks with that speaker and drop mechanism combo. It seemed to have no problem holding that cup of water through the whole flight. So that could be life-saving liquid right there for somebody. You could see the wind was influencing it. I mean, when you get high up there, I can see the trees blowing over here. That water bottle was swinging around. So you want to have like slow methodical thumb movements. You don't want to be blasting it, or else that pendulum effect will really affect the drone. The motor had that overload caution a lot on there. Sometimes it went off, sometimes it came on. It had that wind gale warning as well. It could sense the wind was really strong up there, but it didn't seem to harm the drone at all. The drone still stuck it out, wasn't falling down or anything, so that was all great and good. The speaker is probably one of the second little cons in this combo, is it's not entirely loud, and it seemed like it didn't stay on when even that blue icon on the speaker was on and I was coming back. I had to go out of it, turn it off, and then play it again. When I exit, the speaker icon goes white.
Stay where
I'm
you
gonna press fold this time.
A rescue team is coming.
Okay, that's good. So hopefully while I was looking at him,
Stay where you are.
let's turn that off.
A res-
Okay, that's good to know. So it should have been playing when I pressed the fold icon and was still flying around trying to drop that bottle of water to him. So I think that all worked pretty well. It's just a matter if he could hear that or not, and if the speaker was loud enough, and that's the maximum volume it can go. So basically the speaker loudness and the clarity and the connection of the video link were the two negatives. Video link more so than anything, because if you're going through vegetation and trees, if you're doing this, you probably want to be up high so you're not trying to penetrate through all the vegetation or mountains or hills. And that was the problem here, is it was just too much stuff in between. Fimi has an okay transmission technology, but nowhere near what the new OcuSync from DJI is now. And I'd say that's the main negative on this for that type of search and rescue. You really want to have that clarity, detail, so you can see everything. Of course, it really helps that my son Kian was wearing his fluorescent yellow, safety yellow shirt, and that really helped me spot him. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and maybe this is something you want to have in your arsenal, even if you don't have a drone and you just want a drone for safety reasons. Go ahead and check this thing out, because for the amount it is, and for what you get and what you can do with it, it's not that bad. As you can see, it had okay deal lifting up that water and stuff. I mean, some of the only other drones that can do this that I know of are the DJI Enterprise drones, right? Those are kind of hard to get unless you're like a commercial company and you can order those through DJI. And those you can have the speaker attachments. I'm not even sure if they have a drop mechanism attachment on those, but you get the whole package here at a cheaper price. And so if you only buy a drone for search and rescue purposes, you know, maybe have this in your car when you go on a hike with your family or whatever you're doing. Have it at your house if you live out in the woods like me, in case somebody gets lost. So, you know, it may be a good thing to have. Send out a drone instead of you going out and searching for your family and getting lost yourself. Anyway, guys, again, I will have everything in the video down below. I hope you really enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.